we learned our pattern, our C major or our major scale pattern using the C scale. Of course, that pattern works with any key. We learned the numbers that correspond with each note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for this major scale, this heptatonic scale. 7-note scale. And so, just as a recap, if we start on the C, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 and 4s together. You got to keep that in mind. 5, 6, 7, and then 7 and 1s together. You don't want to just have to go horizontal. You want to be able to go up and down to learn where every note is. But if you know this pattern, you know that between every 1 and 2 is a whole tone. And you know between every 3 and 4 is just 1 fret. And between every 7 and 8 or 7 and 1 is just a fret. If you know that, then whatever note you're at, wherever you're at on the guitar, say if I'm right here, or right here, okay, and I say that's my 7 note, then I know that a half tone up is my 1. I could go from 7, and I know there's a whole tone between 7 and 6, a whole tone between 6 and 5, a whole tone between 5 and 4, and a half tone between 4 and 3. So it don't matter where I'm at on the guitar, I can know that up here. Now, if you remember, the very first lesson we talked about when you go down, you're going down in 4s. And when you're going up, you're going up in 5ths. So if I'm right here on my A string, and I go down to the D string, I know I went down a 4th, right? Or up a 4th. You go from A to E, and that's a 5th. So basically, if you look up here at the nut, on my A string right there, just pretend like we got that mashed. And if I go down and I mash right there, that's my 4th, and I go up, that's my 5th. That's a 1, 4, 5. That corresponds with the 4 and the 5, right? 1, 2, 3, there's my 4, there's my 5. My 4 and 5. They're just on different strings, maybe different octaves. Sometimes they're the same octave, it all depends. But just know wherever you're starting, at your 1, right below it is the 4, right above it is the 5. Now, if that's my 1, I already know that I can get my 7 just a half step back. I know I can get my 2 a whole step, my 3 another whole step, and then a half is my 4. So if I'm right here on my 1, and I go down to my 4, remember 3 and 4 is together, so I back up, I know that's my 3. And if I go back a whole step, that's my 2. 2, 3, there's my 4. And then I go up a whole step, 5, a whole step, 6, a whole step, 7, and then I'm back a half step to my octave or to my C. Now right there is a C, right there is a C, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, C. So if I know that, I know the one right below it is a 4, and the one right above it is a 5. So if I was right there on my 4, I could go 3, whole step 2, whole step 1. 1 is the root note, 1 is the C. And I hope that makes sense. Main thing I want you to know is the pattern, and you start on your 1, the 4 is right below it, the 5 is right above it. Knowing your pattern, if you start on your 5, you can back up to 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to my 1, root note. Right below that is a 4, 3, 2, 1, root note. Right below that's a 4. 5, 6, 7, root note. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, root note. Just go over and over and over and figure it out. Now, don't go down to your B string or below just yet. Just stay on these top 4 strings. Okay, the E, A, D, and G. Stay on them strings, and then, because we're going to worry about this here in a little bit. Okay, we'll get to that later. Just want you to learn this first. 1, 4, 5.